Good morning, everybody, and as usual, happy Saturday. I am Coach Ray. Thank you for joining me for today's stick mobility class. So for today's class, we are going to need 2 long sticks here, okay? Also have a pad for us to kneel on because we are going to be using, if you notice the squat racks behind me, we're going to be using the squat rack to work on some rotation at the end here. So we're going to do a lot of rotational drills, so stay tuned for that. So for our main drills today, we are going to be focusing on half kneeling lat engagement exercise. So it's going to be something kind of similar to a row. We are going to get into a split squat rotational drill. Okay, so it's going to be really fun. So we're going to spend some time in a split squat. All right, so let's go ahead and get warmed up here. So let's go ahead and take both sticks. Right. Just going to work on the feet and ankles first. Just want to kind of speed through this a little bit. So we're going to take about a roughly shoulder width stance, maybe a little bit wider. Feet are going to be pointed forward. I want both sticks in line with my midfoot here, okay? I want to squat down a little bit. Remember, we want to make sure we keep that spine tall, all right? So from here, I'm going to bring my right heel up off the floor, left heel still planted. And as I bring the right heel down, I'm going to bring my left heel up, and I'm going to hover that right heel. So I'm going to switch, right heel up, left heel down. Good. Left heel up, right heel down. You want to try to stay as balanced as you can. Right heel up, left heel down. Heels never touch the floor. Left heel up, right heel down. Okay. Right heel up, left heel down. Let's go one more time. Left heel up and right heel down. Good. Bring them both down. Ease off for a second here. We're gonna go with a split squat position, okay? I'm gonna have my right foot forward here, and I wanna have the sticks about in line with my right foot, okay? So my grip is gonna be above my head, so I'm gripping at the top of the sticks here, okay? And what I wanna do is I wanna actually shift my weight forward, and I'm gonna come onto the ball and toes of my right foot. So from here, I'm going to get into a hang and shift my weight forward. As I do, I want to bring my right heel up, okay? Getting as much in a flexion as I can here. Or sorry, bringing in everything in extension. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to place that right heel back down. Okay, going to do that again. I'm going to sink forward into that right foot, bring that right heel up. Now from this position, still getting a hang, I'm going to start to do lateral shifts. So I'm going to shift my ankle in, and then shift my ankle out. Shift in, out, in, out, in, and out. Back to center, down, slowly come up and out. We're gonna switch sides here. Now with this, it allows us to control the load on that front leg, okay? So, same thing from here. Gonna shift forward, lift that left heel up, all 5 toes in contact with the floor, okay? Hold. Good. Gonna slowly come up, place that left heel back down. Okay, now we're gonna do those lateral shifts here, right? Shift the weight forward, bring that left heel up. All right, so now we're gonna shift that heel towards your center line. Good, and out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Back to center, come back up. Excellent, good. I'm gonna place one stick down. All we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on pelvic tilts, but we are gonna be changing positions here. So, first position, I'm actually gonna be in a little bit of a split stance. Okay, so I'm not going too big of a split, and I wanna make sure that as I'm doing this, Both feet are facing forward. I'm on the ball and toes of my back foot here, okay? Now, I'm gonna have the stick at 12 o'clock and I wanna keep it there. Both hands are gonna be stacked about shoulder height, okay? I wanna keep my spine up tall and I'm gonna load my legs a little bit here, all right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna focus on doing a posterior anterior tilt, okay? So from here, lightly drive the stick into the floor, okay? And I'm going to do a posterior tilt. You should feel that left glute squeeze, okay? You should feel it contract. Now I'm gonna do an anterior tilt. All right, lower back tightens. Posterior tilt. Driving that stick into the ground about 20%. Anterior tilt. Make sure you're breathing. Posterior tilt. Good. Anterior tilt. Excellent. Back to center. And ease off. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So I'll go from a front view here. Okay? So still in that same split. Make sure to keep that knee stacked over the midfoot here. Don't want it caving in. All right? So stick is in the same position. Load those legs a bit. Okay? Ball and toes of the back foot. Keep the hips facing forward. Switch your hands. Drive the stick down. Okay? Posterior tilt. Right glute should be tightening. Anterior tilt. Good. Posterior tilt. Anterior tilt. Make sure you're breathing. Posterior tilt. And anterior tilt. Good. Back to center. And ease off. Good. Now we're gonna go with the wide, much wider stance than usual for the posterior anterior tilt. So now we're gonna focus on opening up those hips and utilizing this wider stance to enforce more external rotation and abduction. So we're just gonna do posterior tilts here, driving the stick into the floor, engaging all the tissues on the anterior side of the body. So bottom of the stick is gonna be angled in towards me, okay? And I'm gonna squat down a bit, quite a bit here, okay? Now from this relaxed position, I'm gonna drive the sticks down into the floor 30% and do a posterior tilt. And I wanna drive my knees away from one another. So I'm abducting the hips and getting some external rotation. And now I'm gonna ease off. Good. Let's go 4 more. Drive the stick down 30%. Posterior tilt, squeeze the glutes, drive the knees away from one another. Good, ease off. 3 more, drive the stick down, posterior tilt, squeeze those glutes. Good, ease off. 2 more, drive the stick down, posterior tilt, squeeze, drive those knees away from one another. Ease off. Last one. Drive the stick down. Squeeze the glutes. Posterior tilt. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Perfect. Good. Okay. So now what we're going to do here, we're going to get in a little bit of flow. Okay. We're going to work with the slap shot for, sorry, not slap shot, the ninja flow for the flow. So I'm going to go with the wide stance. Again, this is always going to be dependent upon you, whatever's most comfortable. I'm going to start with the stick on my left side, and I'm going to have it on right on the inside of my left foot here. Okay, so hand is going to be roughly about forehead height, but again, we can always adjust as we go along here. So first thing I want to do is I want to hinge back, and I want to bring that stick to the side here, stretch out those tissues in the chest and the shoulder. Kind of open up that rib cage a little bit here. Reach down with the right hand. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shifting my hips left to right. So I'm going to start by shifting my hips to the right. Get into a Cossack squat. Okay? Now I'm going to rotate my left foot upwards. Try to sink into it. Drive that foot down into the floor. Plant that foot back down. Come up. Now I'm going to Cossack squat to the left. Okay, so now I get more of a hang here. Really drive off that right foot. Good. Come up, over to the right again. Bring those toes up, dorsiflex that ankle, drive that heel into the ground lightly. Get a little bit of that hamstring. Back to center. Now, Cossack squat over to the left. Really drive off that right leg here. Good, back to center. Slowly come up and out. Excellent, let's switch sides. So the opposite hand that's not on the stick, we're not reaching across to touch the stick at all. We're just kind of allowing that side to hang a bit, right? Same thing, hinge your hips back. Get a stretch in that chest. Let's hang out here for a second. Make sure you're controlling your breathing as we go through here. Okay. Now we're gonna lunge to the left. Rotate that right foot up. Good. Come up. Lunge to the right. Make sure you breathe. Good. Cossack squat over to the left again. Bring that right heel up. Good. Over to the right. Excellent. Back to center. Come up. Nice and slow. Perfect. Now let's go to wiggle those feet in. Awesome. So now we're going to get into the bow and arrow. Now as we do this, we're going to kind of treat it like repetitions. We're going to focus on going out, finding that deep stretch, and then coming back in. We're not going to hold for any longer than 1 to 2 seconds here, okay? So feet are going to be at about roughly hip width. Toes are going to be facing forward. I'm actually going to have the stick a little closer to me, so basically a few inches away from the outside of my midfoot here. And I want to have my hand roughly about where my hips are. I'm going to take, so the stick's on my left side, I'm going to take my right hand, place it up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. I'm going to drive my hips away and extend my hands out. Good. Bring it back in. Go out again. Drive the hips away. Extend the hands out. Back in. Let's go 3 more. Drive the hips away. Extend those hands out. Back in. 2 more. Hips away. Extend. Excellent. Back in. Last one. Extend those hips away. Back in. Excellent. Let's go to switch sides. So I'm going to go with the same distance, same setup. Okay. Left hand up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. Okay. Make sure to try to keep those hips facing forward as best as you can here. All right. Drive the hips away. Extend those hands out. Back in. Excellent. Drive hips away. Extend those hands out. Back in. Good. Drive the hips away. Extend. Good. 2 more. Drive the hips away. Extend. Excellent. Last one. Drive the hips away and extend. Perfect. Ease off. Good. Okay, so now let's actually go through and warm up the shoulders. We're going to get into some kayaking here. Okay? We are going to start off by not segmenting the spine. We're going to segment the spine as we go along. So I'm going to have my hands out wide. Okay, grip the stick out as wide as you can. I'm going to take about roughly a shoulder width stance. Squat down a little bit. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure you keep them tight, folks. All right? We're not trying to get any rotation from the lower body here. So, left hand starts up. I'm going to drive that left hand through. Right hand comes back, up, and over. Keep it slow, controlled. Good. Pull the shoulder blade moving along the rib cage. Good. Make sure you're gripping the ground with your toes here. Excellent. Now we're going to go backwards, so start going the opposite direction. Breathe. Good. Now we're going to go forward again. Now we're going to start rotating. So as the right hand comes through, rotate to my left. As the left hand comes through, I rotate to my right. Hips don't rotate. This is just the mid-back and T-spine. Keep it slow, controlled. If your pace is faster than mine, slow it down, okay? Good. We're going to go reverse now. Okay? Opposite direction. Excellent. Three, two, one, and relax. Perfect. All right, so now let's actually get into some of the strength training drills here. So I'm actually going to use this pad for the first drill, and this is going to be for the half kneeling row variation. So effectively, what this is going to look like is going to look like you're rowing from this position here, pulling down, right? So I'm going to actually start with my right knee down, okay? Left leg forward. So that back foot, I'm keeping the toes, I'm keeping my ankle dorsiflex, pushing my big toe into the floor, and I want to maintain that tension of driving that back foot into the floor. Now, from here, the stick is directly in front of my right hip, and I want the stick to be out pretty far from the line of my toes of my left foot here. So about a foot or so. But of course, again, it's always going to depend on you and which is available to you. So from here, left hand goes up. This left hand is going to drive the stick into the ground to create that tension, right? The right hand comes to basically right below the shoulder. So from here, I want to drive that back foot down, squeeze that right glute, okay? I'm going to drive the stick down with both hands. Going to feel that core turn on. Now I'm going to pull in with the right hand, creating a reverse bow, and I'm pushing with the left hand. Start at 40%. Three, two, one. Good. Ease off. Excellent. So, down, pull. Okay? If your shoulder's coming up, you got to pull that shoulder blade down to the hips. All right, let's go again. Let's increase that tension. Let's go to 60%. Okay? Drive both hands down. Drive that back foot into the floor. Squeeze the right glute. Pull in with the right hand. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Rotate the stick. Right, so it's not all bending in one way. Drive the stick into the floor, drive that back foot down, squeeze the glute, pull in with the right hand. 3, 2, 1. Good, ease off. Okay, one more time. Rotate the hand, or rotate the stick, sorry. Drive the stick down with both hands. Drive that back foot down, squeeze the glute. Pull in with the right hand. 3, 2, 1. Ease off and relax. All right, now we're going to switch sides. So I'm actually going to face forward for this one. Because another thing you want to be conscious of is make sure your hips aren't shifting as we get into this. You want to keep those hips facing forward as best we can. So, right hand's gonna be up. Stick is directly in front of that left hip here. Left hand's roughly about the same spot. Try to get exactly where the same spot was. All right, drive that back foot down, squeeze the left glute, drive the stick into the floor, go 40% first, so pull in. Three, two, one, ease off. Good, rotate that stick a bit. We got 3 reps at 60% here. Drive the stick down with both hands. Squeeze that left glute, drive the foot down. Pull in. That left hand. Elbow should be coming to rib cage area. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Rotate that stick. Same thing, activate, drive the stick into the floor, back foot, squeeze the glute, pull in with that left hand. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Excellent. Rotate the stick one last time. Last rep here. Draw stick down both hands. Activate that back foot, squeeze the glute, pull in. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. So, I'm going to take the second stick now. We're going to shift over into that lunge position I promised earlier. So, as we do this, we want to make sure that we keep everything grounded and tight. We don't want any fidgeting or too much movement here. We want to stay as stationary as we can. So, only work with the range you have available to you. So I will show this from the side first, so you kind of get an idea. I'm going to start my left foot forward first, right knee down. Okay? So we're starting from the floor to make sure we get our positioning correct. All right? So for this, I don't want to actually shift forward or shift back. I want to try to stay as centered as I can. Now, I'm going to have the sticks right in front of the line of my toes on my left foot. Back foot is into the floor, driving that big toe down. So what I'm going to do from here, hands about shoulder height, I'm going to drive the sticks down first. Okay, I'm going to activate that core. I'm going to hover my right knee off the pad. Okay, so this is the first position. I'm going to lift both sticks. Good. Rotate to my left as far as I can, squeezing that right glute. Hold. Come back to center. Now I'm going to rotate to the right. Good. Back to center. Place the sticks back down. Drive the sticks into the floor, 60%. Good, bring that right knee down and ease off. All right, so we got 2 more reps of that. So what we're focusing on here is not only balance, but making sure we're controlling the hips. Okay, same position, drive both sticks down. Okay, hover that back knee. Stay balanced between both legs. Lift the sticks. Rotate to the left. Hold. Back to center. Rotate to the right. Hold. Back to center. Drive the sticks into the floor. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. Okay. 1 more rep. I noticed a little, burns a little bit. Right there with you, folks. Right there with you. All right. Last one. Drive the sticks down. Over that right knee. Good. Lift the sticks. Rotate to the left. Back forward. Rotate to the right. Back forward. Drive the sticks down. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Shake the legs out a little bit. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Both legs are burning. Good. It should be. We're trying to stay balanced between both legs. If your front leg is burning more than your right, your front leg burning more than your back leg, that means you're a little unbalanced there. So now I'm gonna face forward for this right side. So left knee goes down, right foot is forward. Remember, ankles should be dorsiflexed. All right, same thing. Hands about shoulder height. Drive the sticks down into the floor. Feel some of that core tension. Make sure you're grabbing the ground with your foot, your front foot. Hover that left knee off. Good. Lift both sticks. Rotate to the right. Good. Now left. Back to center. Drive the sticks into the floor. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. We got 2 more reps. So another thing, make sure that knee stays in the middle. You don't want to find you're doing a whole lot of this. You want to try to keep that hip and leg as stable as we possibly can here, okay? All right, same thing. Drive the sticks down. Create that tension over that left knee. Bring both sticks off the floor. Rotate to the right. Back to center. Left. Back to the center. Place the sticks down. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. If your legs are burning, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. All right, last one. Okay. Drive the sticks down. Over that back knee. Lift the sticks up, rotate to the right. Back to center. Rotate to the left. Back to center. Drive sticks into the ground. Push. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Shake your legs out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use the bench as a way to work on a little bit of hamstring activation here, okay? Move this back. I'm gonna bring the bench out. So if you have something to generate tension into, that'd be perfect. But for the sake of this being a little extra, we're gonna do something a little different here. So instead of pushing the heel up into the bench, I'm actually gonna place my foot on top of the bench here. So the objective is to bring the heel as close to the butt as we can actively, all right? We're using the sticks to generate tension and get some activation in the core tissues here. So right foot is down, left foot is on the bench. Notice my ankle is dorsiflexed. I need to keep it dorsiflexed the entire time. So the sticks are going to be angled in towards me, right? First thing, drive both sticks into the ground, all right? 50% tension. Now from here, I want to lift that foot off the bench, try to bring my heel up to my butt as much as I can. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Just because it's a lot and you may cramp, we're going to be switching sides. So, same thing. Arms straight. Okay? Shoulders down, drive a 6 into the floor. Remember, keep that ankle dorsiflex. Bring that heel up to the butt as much as you can. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Ease off. Let's switch again. So if you cramp, come out of it. Don't be afraid to come out of it. All right, same thing. Drop both sticks down. Keep that ankle dorsiflexed. Bring that heel up to the butt as much as you can. 3, 2, 1. Back down. Ease off. Excellent. Switch sides again. Small drill, really simple. But for most people, including myself, this is going to lead to a hamstring cramp. All right. Drive 6 down. Keep that ankle dorsiflex. Bring the heel up to the butt. 3, 2, 1. Good. Back down and ease off. Good. Okay. Really simple, really quick. Now we're going to get into the deep fascial stretching and the movement. So, our first focus is going to be in a half kneeling position. We are going to stretch the quads first. So I'm actually going to use the bench and a pad here. Then we're going to get into a half kneeling rotational drill. That's what the squat rack is for. So, using a bench or a chair or a couch, whatever you guys happen to have available to you. I'm going to place the pad right under the bench here. We're going to start with my left leg back. So right foot is forward. Top of my left foot is on the bench here. We're going to use the sticks to help assist us getting up and going down. So you can adjust the right foot as you need to. And I'm going to slowly sink down, place my knee on the pad, and then from here, I can tuck my pelvis, squeeze that left glute. You're going to notice that you're going to get a ton of stretch in here. That's what we're going for. Now the sticks, we're just using to help us balance here. We're not generating tension. We're not working on rotation. We're simply just trying to stretch those tissues. So focus on your breathing, okay? Good. I'm going to shift forward to ease off that stretch, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pull back, stay in an upright position, tuck that pelvis. Focus on your breathing. Good. Lean forward again. Okay, ease off some of that tension. Let's get back into it one last time. Come up. Stay nice and tall. Tuck the pelvis. Deep breaths, folks. Deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to use the sticks to assist myself up, push off that right leg, and good. Switch sides. Top of the right foot goes on a bench here, okay? Slowly lower yourself down. If this is too much of a stretch, do not be afraid to come out of it or step forward or bring your hips forward more to reduce the stretch, okay? All right. So from here, tuck the pelvis. Focus on your breathing. Deep breath in, exhale. Good. Focus on your breathing, trying to get those tissues to stretch. Good. Lean forward. Right, a couple seconds. Gonna work back into it. Keep that pelvis tucked. Reason why it's important to tuck the pelvis, we're not getting that low back into the stretch here. As soon as you tuck the pelvis, you're going to feel those hip flexor tissues in the quads light up significantly. Going to lean forward. One more time. Shift back. Keep that pelvis tucked. Focus. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to assist ourselves up. Good. Now, I'm going to move the bench out of the way. So this is where the squat rack comes into play. So if you have a corner of a wall or something stable for you to press into, this would be the perfect time for you to get in front of it. Right. So I'm going to start my left foot down, or left knee down first. Right. Bottom of the sticks are going to be in the corner of the squat rack. You should be able to rest the sticks on your shoulders. Now, if you have one stick, I prefer you to have that stick on the side of the knee that's down. All right. Back foot, I'll plantar flexing. So top of the foot is in the floor because we are generating tension. So I'm going to have both hands up, okay, at the ends of the sticks. I want to drive that back foot down and squeeze that left glute here, all right? Only about 20%, not a whole lot. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to rotate to my right. I'm going to rotate both sticks across the right side of my body here. Both hands are following. Good. I'm going to come up. Now I'm going to rotate to my left. Good. Come up. Rotate to the right again. Back up. Rotate to the left. Good. Come back up to the top. Ease off. Switch legs. Okay. Left leg is forward, right knee is down. Same thing, drive that back foot into the floor, squeeze that right glute. Just get a little bit of tension here. Hands up. I'm going to rotate to the left first. Good. Back up. Rotate to the right. Excellent. Back up. Rotate to the left. Good. Back up and rotate to the right one last time. Back up and ease off. Excellent. Gonna stand up. So don't need a pad anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into stretching out the pec tissues, get a little bit of the shoulder. We're gonna need one stick for this one. I'm actually gonna have the stick behind my back, okay, like so. So notice it's gonna be diagonal because I do want to use my arms as a way to leverage a bigger stretch here. So I'm gonna start with the stick, my right hand up, all right? Want to keep that right arm straight. Now positioning, notice that this left arm's in extension here, okay? So for this position here, you're going to maintain that horse stance, squeeze the glutes. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to keep my right arm stretched out. I'm going to pull my left hand forward, and now that right arm moves back. So I'm moving that right arm into more into flexion. Should be getting a little bit of a chest stretch here. I'm going to bring it back forward. Now I'm going to drive forward with that right arm. Now I'm getting that left shoulder in the extension here. Okay? Gonna bring that right arm back up, drive forward with the left arm. Good. Drive forward with the right arm, left arm goes back into extension. Make sure you're still gripping the stick. One more time. Drive that left arm forward. Right arm comes back. Good. Drive that right arm forward. Left arm goes into extension. Probably going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the bicep there. Good. Back to center. Ease off. We're going to switch sides now. So going to face forward here. So, same thing. Start at the top. Pull that right hand forward. Left arm comes back. Remember, if this is too much, you can always angle it out a little bit more. Good. Drive that left arm forward. Right shoulder goes into extension. Breathe. Good. Pull that right arm forward. Left arm goes into flexion. Good. Bring that left hand forward. Right arm goes into extension. Good. Pull with that right arm. Good. Pull with the left arm. Good. Ease off. Nice and easy. Excellent. We're going to do one more for the shoulder here. So we're going to get in dislocates. A little bit of a different version though, all right? So I'm going to take the stick, I'm going to grip out, and so you can grip for this, grip out as wide as you need to. If you're having any kind of shoulder issue, any kind of discomfort or pain, reduce the range of motion, all right? So for this is a 6 foot stick and I'm gripping close to the grips here, all right? Now, my feet are roughly about hip to shoulder width apart, toes forward. I want to just drop down a little bit, squeeze my glutes. I'm going to work on bringing one arm up and over and back. So I'm going to pull the stick apart, okay? I want to keep both arms straight. That's extremely important here. And we start my right hand. I'm going to bring my right hand forward, up and around. Left arm still stays out to the side, and then I'm going to bring it back behind. Now my left arm is going to go in that reverse direction. So the left arm comes up, over, and down. Okay? Let's do it again. Pull stick apart. Right hand up. Left arm stays straight. Bring it back. Left arm comes up and over and through. Good. Let's go one more. Pull stick apart. Get that left arm straight. Good. Left arm comes up and through. Good. Now we're going to go reverse directions. So keep pulling that stick apart. Left arm comes up. Over. Good. Right arm comes through. Up and over. Excellent. Two more. Pull apart. Left arm comes up. Right arm comes up. It's two. Let's go one more. Pull stick apart. Left arm comes up. Excellent. Right arm comes up. Good. And ease off. Perfect. And that concludes today's class, folks. I hope everybody had a good class today. I wanted to make it a little different, a little challenging. Hope everybody's having a good day. Stay safe out there. Catch you guys on the next one.